care about most bugs. They don't bother me, I don't bother them. But cicadas are in a realm all of their own. These cousins of crickets swarm out of the ground every 13 years. Then they shed their crunchy, potato chip skin like a snake, grow wings on either side of their body, and then cicadas make an incredibly loud, incessant noise by vibrating membranes on their abdomen. That's more annoying than any sound I've ever made. Then the cicadas go lay their eggs in tree branches, which kills the branch, making it fall to the ground, where the baby bugs can crawl out into the ground and wait for another 13 years before they can pop out and start the whole process all over again. This is a true story. The cicada wings are slightly separated from one another, like the folds of this phone, so I can kinda see why they're named after each other, but still, gross. The bugs should be burned. Nailed that transition. The 7.8-inch 1920 by 1440 flexible display lasted about 5 seconds under the heat from my flame. The screen is so thin, there's no insulating layer over the pixels to absorb the heat like we see on glass phones. The flame directly burns the pixels, literally destroying them to the point of no return in 5 seconds. Makes me wonder if impacts or pressure points might do the same to individual pixels. Especially since if the folded phone accidentally drops, no matter how it falls, it's gonna hit the screen area. It'll be interesting to see how this phone progresses into the wild, as more people own it. Now it's time for the bend test. When bending from the front, we get a nice uniform fold along the center of the device, with a satisfying click at the end, as the magnets latch together. The screen still rotates to face whatever side is active at the moment. Opening the phone up, we see no permanent kinks or cracks in the frame, thankfully. Or this would be pretty awkward, since that's the way the phone's supposed to bend. Alright, here's a few more times now, just from the front, because I'm kinda legit nervous and I feel pretty bad about what might happen next. I've been curious if a tight pants pocket might be able to collapse or crush the folded phone. Since it has the large gap in the frame, it's kinda just asking for trouble. With a full palm grip and 100% effort trying to crush the phone single-handedly, nothing happens. The hinge is intact and the phone is still totally operational. The hardware is going to be uncrushable by the pocket of your skinny jeans. My fingers do not hurt the pixels either, so I'm glad for that. But what happens if the phone is laid flat and Grandma sits on it? Well, to be honest, it actually flexes quite a bit in the wrong direction, with no damage, going from the flat 180 degrees all the way to a 270 degree, three-quarter circle before the hinge finally snapped in half, breaking at 2 points. But the phone itself is still turned on and functional, even after bending in the complete opposite and wrong direction. The FlexPi swings both ways. Even with that crack in the hinge, it still folds shut normally, and then when bending back out